What is up, y'all? It's your boy Kirk here, aka Vandal, and in this video we're gonna talk through kind of my writing style. Let's get it. Kirk here, aka Vandal, and on this channel we help creatives with tips, tricks, techniques, all that stuff to help you become a better creative in today's marketplace. This video I kind of wanted to talk about my writing style and kind of the way that I produce and approach my writing. I think it's really important to have a kind of like an idea or a technique to the way that you actually write your music, right? So for me, my whole thing is I don't want to get out of the creative flow. So luckily, I've been able to kind of figure out like really simple techniques like EQ and all that stuff to help me become a better producer, and help me like just get the ideas out quicker. I think as a creative, it's super important to, when you get in the zone, and you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this, you know what I'm talking about, but when you get in the zone, you don't want to get out of it. You don't want to be in a place or have anything get in your way of getting you out of the zone. So how do you stay in the zone, and how do I use that and apply that to my writing? Okay, first I have one thing here, my acoustic guitar. If you haven't already, I've got a couple of videos on the channel. I have a video talking about the top 3 things that I can't live without. You can check it out here or in the description. Actually, check it out in the card. But 3 things, and this is one of those things I can't live without, because it actually, in the last like 6 or 7 months, it's helped me become a better producer, and it helped me to write better songs too, and it actually helps me to be able to like get my ideas out in a quicker way. The way that I know that a song actually sounds good is if it sounds really good as just an acoustic song. If it sounds good with just a singer and a guitar, then it's a pretty good song, I think. And Give Me Love didn't actually originate as an acoustic. Actually, it started out with just a guitar and a vocal. So let me just switch to this other camera so you guys can see. All right, so it basically started out like this. Don't mind my bad playing. So this is like heavily inspired by, like, at least the chord progression is heavily inspired by you know, some music that I hear at my church and stuff. So but the melody on top of it, you know, you can actually use chords from other songs. That's okay. But what you can't take from other songs is the melody, which I did not take the melody. I wrote a new one and I sang it myself. Completely different lyrics, completely different thing. So anyway, so let's check this out. So the song started out like this. Basically the ideas just kind of flow from there, and I'm like, okay, what am I kind of saying? Like, what is the sound that's coming out of my mouth? And I try to like mumble words, and then Give Me Love came, and it was kind of like, it reminded me of something, a conversation I had with someone else. I think if you're writing, right, try to find an instrument. Maybe it's piano, maybe it's guitar, maybe it's bass. Is a little bit harder to do it with because there's really not that much melody on the bass. I have a couple of basses. I actually started out playing bass. So I would say if you're trying to start writing lyrics and writing songs and things at work, if you can play an instrument or even learn how to play an instrument, where you could play a bunch of songs, learn some songs, play the songs, and then adapt those songs to maybe your own kind of lyrics and stuff. It says a lot to be able to just sit there and play for however long and mumble lyrics or mumble songs on top. Yeah, so my writing style is like very much based on the music, and when I'm writing, I sit down and I just kind of play through stuff, and I'll actually just mumble out words. And when I mumble out the words, like I just mumble actually sounds really until words kind of fit them, because a lot of the times, like, I don't want to think too much. Like, I want to kind of get the idea out, and then like once I have a basic kind of like idea and theme of the song and the verse or whatever part I'm singing, then I'll like either work backwards from the chorus or I'll work like forwards from the verse, whichever one comes first. I'm not like super choosy on that. I try to make sure I think about this and try to just let that flow, and if I think it sounds cool, then I think it sounds cool. Like, and if it tells a story and I think about it afterwards and I dissect it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can write this in a better way or say it in a better way that's easier to sing, and then it makes more sense. And I try to keep it simple. I try not to keep it too like complex as far as like what the visual is of the of what I'm saying, because honestly I'm growing as a singer and songwriter as well, so my ideas are just simple, and in this season they're for me to really just be able to execute and sing on, and have it resonate in a certain way and be kind of like broad enough for people to understand. So don't feel like you have to write these super complex like vocals and lead lines, and you have to write these super complex lyrics right off the gate. I think that a lot of the times will stifle your creativity, and you don't want that. What you really want is to be able to learn and just grow through the process. So my whole thing is, just do it. Just start singing and start writing lyrics and start doing all of that stuff, because that's the kind of stuff that's gonna help you like learn like, okay, well, I don't like to do it this way, I don't like to do it that way, or I don't like, you know, or this actually worked for this song. You want to sit down and figure out a process that works, and then yeah, after that, learn from people around you, learn from people that do it better, maybe dissect a few songs. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on people dissecting songs and lyrics and production, so try to get in that creative space, try to stay in that creative space. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with, oh man, well my stuff doesn't sound like XYZ artist, or I want to write lyrics that are this deep. Well, it takes time to get there, to be able to write and execute songs that are on that level. Hold yourself to a high standard, but don't let that high standard actually limit you, because sometimes it could be debilitating. Sometimes you can overthink. You're like, well, if it doesn't sound like this, then I shouldn't release it, or if it doesn't sound like XYZ artist, then I'm not good enough and I should just quit while before I even start. Don't do that. I think that everything these days is really kind of like based off of another artist anyway. So the chances of you writing something completely brand new or completely like completely never heard of before, chances are pretty low. So don't overthink it. Just start and just do it. So yeah, so my whole encouragement to you guys is to just start doing it, especially if you're trying to write and sing and stuff like that. I'm someone who's really early along on this journey of just singing, and I've even got myself a vocal coach. David, you're the man. But he's dope, and I'm kind of a student. I'm a student of this game. If you do not become a student of your craft and what you're doing, it might be hard to actually grow. So you need to become a student, and you need to love the process, fall in love with the process. It's the best part, because you'll get there at the end of the day, and even by the time you get there, you'll probably be like, oh well, I thought it would be something different, So yeah, so fall in love with the process, get started, get going, start doing. On that note, if you guys haven't already, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching this far into the video. Subscribe below, hit the bell, it helps the channel, helps me. And honestly, I want to connect with you guys, and I want to be able to one-on-one as well. I also have that in the description below. We can actually talk one-on-one. So check that out. But yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe. And let me know what kind of hangs you up in your creative process. What's something that stops you from being creative? Let me know in the comments below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.